Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestle Network. So, huge news is broken over the past 24 hours in Brock Lesnar. He's failed the UFC anti-doping policy. And if you're unfamiliar what that is, it's a drug test. Again, I'm not sure what Brock Lesnar took. It doesn't say what he took, but he failed it. So, hopefully within the next 24 hours, 48 hours, we'll find out what he actually took. So, they were saying like before the UFC fight, they did all kinds of drug tests on Brock Lesnar, and they came back negative, not positive. So I don't know how this test came back positive after the fight. A lot of weird like questions still not answered. But if you think about this, this is potentially huge. Again, we don't know what he took. It could have been something allowed in the WWE that's not allowed in the UFC. Again, two different fighting programs. One's actually real fighting, one's like simulated fighting with an outcome. So, yeah, WWE could have allowed this drug in their company, but UFC could probably say, no, we don't allow this drug in the company. So, there's a lot of rules in WC. I almost said WCW, oh my god. In WWE, fuck me, put a gun to my head, boom, what the fuck, I just said WCW, oh my god. So yeah, there's a lot of rules in WWE and UFC apart from each other. Rules are different. So again, I don't know what Brock Lesnar took. It doesn't say on any of the websites what he took. It just said he filled the anti-doping policy, drug test. So hopefully again, 24 hours, 48 hours, we find out what he actually took. Again, this is just huge. Again, I don't know what this means for him in WWE, but UFC, people are pissed. Let me tell you that. Mark Hunt is calling this guy a cheater. He said from the $2.8 million, yes, $2.8 million, that's what Brock Lesnar made that night. Mark Hunt said, I deserve half of that. This guy's a fucking cheater. So Mark Hunt is definitely taking shots at Brock Lesnar. Again, if this drug is allowed in WWE and if it's not allowed in UFC, you really cannot put anything on Brock Lesnar. That's not his fault at all. So, you guys got to really think about that. Again, this is just huge news. Again, we don't know what he took. Hopefully we find out. Again, it has to be something to do with your muscles and all that. I don't think it's steroids or anything because that would have came out right away if it was steroids and this guy wouldn't have been able to fight Mark Hunt. That's what they do right away before you even fight in the pay-per-view. They test you for steroids, and of course, if you come back positive, you're not going to fight. So, there's a lot of heat on Brock Lesnar right now, and playing out kind of deserves to be, but again, I'm not going to, put any heat towards Brock Lesnar at all until we find out what he took, and if it's, a banned substance in WWE and UFC, then you can blame Brock Lesnar. But if it's a banned substance only in UFC and it's allowed in WWE, you can't really blame Brock Lesnar for this. So yeah, there's just a lot of things going on right now, and you really cannot point a finger you know what, Brock Lesnar, you're a fucking cheater. You should have known the anti-doping policy, what you can and you can't take. Again, they have to understand there's different drug tests and there's different drugs you can take and you can't take in WWE and UFC. Again, one can be allowed in WWE, but meanwhile in the UFC, it's not allowed there. So, yeah, I'm not going to point a finger at Brock Lesnar and say, fuck you. I just want to find out more information about this, but, I thought I'd make a video on updating you guys on what's going on with fucking Brock Lesnar. People calling him a cheater. Mark Hunt saying, you know what, pay me 1.4 of that fucking $1 million, pay me half of 2.8 million, which you earn. And I think that's still pretty high for one fucking fight, if you ask me. And the fucking, common worker, how much do they make? But a UFC fighter, fighting one fight, $2.8 million, what the fuck? That has me shaking my head. Same thing with sports players. Some of these sports players that are not even good are getting huge ass contracts. It's fucking bullshit, For me working, I want more money, if you ask me, somebody that actually puts hard labor into working. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I'm sure a lot of people agree with me. Seeing all these sports contracts, what the fuck? Somebody like Von Miller, earning like $70 million or whatever. This guy deserves it, truthfully. This guy is a fucking monster. And coming from somebody that's a Patriots fan, this guy absolutely destroyed Tom Brady, and he deserves that money. He's like a one-man wrecking crew. You could see that in the Super Bowl too. So, yeah, that guy deserves the money, but some of these other people deserving money like that, they don't. They absolutely don't. Like Brock Lesnar in that fight, I don't know if he actually deserved $2.8 million. That's a little bit too high if you ask me for a fight. But yeah, guys, hopefully, again, 24 hours to 48 hours, we find out more information on exactly what Brock Lesnar took, if it's banned in WWE and UFC again. If it's not banned in WWE and it's the other way around, only in UFC. Again, I'm not going to point a finger at Brock Lesnar and say, fuck you, you a cheater. Pay Mark Hunt half of your money. I'm not going to do that. So, again, I don't know how this is going to work in UFC now. Again, is Dana White going to allow Brock Lesnar, to sign a contract now to fight another fight? Again, I think if it comes away again with WWE, allowed to take the drug, but UFC not, Brock Lesnar really didn't know that, so you can't, point a finger at Brock Lesnar, call him a cheater, and say, you know what, Brock Lesnar, you're never going to fight in the UFC again. So hopefully we find out more about this again. This has been the Wrestling Network. To get all your wrestling news, again, if you guys are new, subscribe to the channel. Definitely keep you updated on what's going on in the fucking wrestling world. This is fucking crazy right here. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing what Brock Lesnar took. It's always just been the Wrestling Network, and have a good day, guys.